Саша.
Верно. Юля, где коса?
Я только в костюме кролика сегодня могу выйти.
Очень жаль.
Меня хорошо слышно, коллеги? Здравствуйте.
Да.
Да, что-то не подключалась гарнитура.
Hello everyone, welcome on board. Thank you for choosing Cambridge Assessment English. Please enjoy your flight. Ольга, Игорь, Narek. Hi. Alla, Susanna, nice to meet you.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, you are all in an mute mode, but you are absolutely free to type all your questions, queries, suggestions, feedback in the chat box or in the question box. So thanks a lot for joining us today. We'll just give a couple of minutes for the rest to join the group. Shall we start, colleagues? I believe we'll start with instructions, and the rest will join us, well, at the very, very beginning. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board Cambridge Assessment English Airlines Christmas flight number 2020. Flight attendants Alex and Yulia will be more than happy to assist you during the flight. We are currently, we ask that you please fasten your seatbelt at this time and secure all your belongings in front of you in case you become too emotional during the flight. We are currently third in line for takeoff and are expected to be in the air in approximately 10 minutes' time. If you are seated in an emergency exit row near the fridge, please make sure you follow healthy diet recommendations. Smoking is prohibited for the duration of the flight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the monitors in front of you as we review the emergency procedures. Over to you, Yulia.
Thank you, Alex. So here are some notices to travelers. Please use Google Chrome. If you cannot hear the presenter or see the slides or video, please refresh the webinar page or reconnect to your internet connection. You can also type @support in the chat box and a member of the support team will be happy to assist. Please be an active participant, provide feedback and ask questions. Just a reminder, please be sure to type your very special questions into the question box. And the recording of the event will be available soon. I think that we will share it with you next week. So,
thank you so much, Yulia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for takeoff. I'm passing the mic over to our captain, Елена Markova, the head of Cambridge Assessment English Moscow Representative Office.
Hello, this is Captain speaking. Welcome on board of Cambridge Assessment English. As you probably all know, we are part of Cambridge Assessment, which is a non-teaching University of Cambridge. For over 800 years, the university has had a profound effect on the world. Cambridge scholars identified the origins of the universe and the origins of man. They invented the computer, the rules of football, and the jet engine. All these things have enormous impact on the lives, just as the university's current work will touch the lives of millions in the future. Cambridge Assessment English research focuses on understanding the way people learn English and how best to assess language. For us, learning English is more than just exams and grades. It's about having the confidence to communicate and access a lifetime of enriching experiences and opportunities. With the right support, learning a language is a wonderful journey. We are with you every step of the way. When you think back to the beginning of the year when the first wave of COVID swept the globe, learning and assessment were put on hold. The work you have all done to get this back on track has been incredible. I'm sure I speak for every learner, every teacher, every center exam manager, and every parent who has been able to continue their learning and exam journey in those difficult times. A big thank you to 75 exam centers in 40 cities, to 2,000 preparation centers across Russia, to our inspectors, our examiners, and teacher trainers. At the end of the year, we'd like to share just some exciting news, some global collaboration projects with you. The Program for International Student Assessment is a worldwide study which measures school pupils' performance in key subjects, and currently these are mathematics, science, and reading. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development has announced that foreign language skills will be assessed beginning in 2025 in schools worldwide, including Russia. And we are very proud that tests will be developed by Cambridge Assessment English. The second news that is highly motivating for us. It's just a few months since Cambridge University Vice-Chancellor shared the plan to bring together Cambridge University Press and Cambridge Assessment English to form a single organization on the 1st of August. Coming together as one team is hugely important to Cambridge Assessment English, to Cambridge University Press, to Cambridge Resource Centers across Russia, to all our exam centers. We are sure it will enable us to do more for you, for our dear learners, teachers, and parents. And now comes one more exciting news, the loyalty scheme for our preparation centers. One more excellent, exciting initiative we have prepared for you.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Elena. So, dear friends, I'm Yulia, Marketing Support Manager, Russia, Armenia, and Belarus. And today I'm going to talk about our preparation scheme, loyalty scheme for preparation centers. But before I start, I would like to thank you. As 2020 comes to a close, we would like to thank you all for your hard work, patience, and positivity during this extraordinary and very difficult year. We really appreciate all the hard work you are doing, and we are here to support you and your learners every step of the way. You are our official exam preparation centers, and we are extremely happy and proud of our cooperation. Every crisis opens doors to new opportunity. This year, we were working really hard on adapting all our materials for online teaching and learning. We delivered lots of webinars and organized lots of contests for learners. Thank you all for joining us in this adventure. We are sure that this year made us stronger, and there are brighter times ahead. Thank you all. And now, just a few words about our loyalty scheme for Preparation Center 2021. So, you probably know that in Moscow we have already introduced this scheme last year, and we were planning to do the same for our regions this year. But unfortunately, due to some coronavirus restrictions, we had to postpone this launch in the regions. So this scheme will come into effect in the whole countries in Russia, Armenia, and Belarus in 2021. So according to new loyalty scheme, there are 3 types of preparation centers: champions, leaders, and ambassadors. Well, of course, we do understand that there are some centers that register less than 25 candidates a year, and we are happy to provide you with some thank you letters from Cambridge Assessment English. Centers that register from 25 to 49 candidates a year receive a preparation center certificate. It will be a little bit different, and now there will be information about your status: champion. Sorry, somebody has changed my slides. Then, leaders, preparation centers that register from 50 to 99 candidates a year. These centers receive from us preparation center certificate and statuette. You can see it on the picture. And ambassadors, more than 100 candidates a year. These centers will be able to get a preparation center certificate, a plaque, and a digital logo that you can use on your website or marketing promotional materials. Of course, we're happy to support you. Cambridge Assessment English and authorized exam centers are happy to support you with different events, training for teachers, contests for learners, and other activities to support you on this way. As preparation centers, you have access to results of your candidates, and you have access to our very special newsletter. So I hope that these changes will help you and will help us to motivate you. And of course, these new certificates and plaques will help you communicate with parents, because these are obvious signs that you can show and prove your status. Thanks a lot. And now, Alex.
Thank you, Yulia. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently cruising at an altitude of 33,000 feet at an airspeed of 400 miles per hour. With the tailwind on our side, we are expecting to land in our first destination in approximately 10 minutes. Meanwhile, our cabin crew would like to offer you a light snack, mental food actually, in the form of a quiz about Cambridge Assessment English. So sit back, relax, but please stay awake. And the first question is to all of you. Everyone knows that our organization has a very rich history. Any guess how old it is? Please type your answers in the chat box. Whether it is A, B, C, or D, or just a number or figure. Perfect. Most of you got it correct. So our first exam, the correct answer is B, of course. Our first exam took place in 1913. We provide the world's leading range of qualifications for learners and teachers of English. Our expertise gathered over 107 years of language learning and assessment has led us to working with educational institutions and local and regional governments around the world. Next question. We have over 650 staff worldwide, 500 based in the UK and around 145 in our network of 27 offices around the world. Can you guess how old our Moscow office is? So most of you think that it is 29. Okay, and the correct answer is A. So we are still quite young. Next year, it's our 10 years anniversary. Next question. Everyone knows this famous trademark. This coat of arms was granted to the University of Cambridge by the Crown in 1573. First of all, what elements can you see here? You know, sometimes people see quite different things. Just type your guesses in the chat box. Okay, everyone see lions, but what else? Okay. Okay, so some of you got it right. Yes, of course it is lions. Of course it is a book in the very middle, and besides there's well, a white ermine here, black and white ermine. So the question is, which element represents a royal patronage in this coat of arms? Royal patronage of Cambridge University, of Cambridge. Okay. Perfect. Yes, the correct answer is A, lions, because lion is one of the main elements of the royal family, of the British royal family coat of arms. Next question. So as you can see, well, here is the description actually for every element in the coat of arms. Lions represents the university's royal patronage, book represents knowledge, and ermine represents dignity. So the trademark has also become part of Cambridge Assessment English official logo. As you know, we have undergone rebranding several times. Now, can you guess which of the following versions of our logo is the oldest? A, B, or C? So it's so nice to have dedicated and loyal partners as you are. Of course, the answer is B. The original name of our organization was University of Cambridge Local Examination Syndicate. Perfect. Great job. Next question. As mentioned previously, our first exam took place 107 years ago. Do you know which exam it was and how long it lasted? Okay. All kinds of guesses. So most of you believe it is first certificate in English. Okay, let's see what's the correct answer is. And the answer is C. So it was Certificate of Proficiency in English as it was known there. After that it was known as CPE, and now we call this exam C2 Proficiency. And the exam was over 12 hours long. You can imagine such a challenge it was. Perfect. Next, the quality of our exams and the positive impact we have on our learners depends on the work of a huge number of professionals. They include authorized examination centers, registered preparation centers, and tens of thousands of examiners, teachers, and publishers. Can you guess the amount of this network? Let's start with exam centers. Okay. Quite different opinions. Okay, the correct answer is B. There are over 10,800 authorized exam centers providing Cambridge English exams worldwide. We are committed to making sure we offer the highest security and quality to safeguard the fairness of our tests. So yes, the correct answer was B. And what about preparation centers like you are? How many of them are there around the globe? It would be great if it was, well, D, of course. Okay. Again, the opinions are very different. So the correct answer is It's C. Our network includes more than 50,000 registered preparation centers, our dedicated heroes who, despite of all current challenges, keep helping students learn English and prove their skills to the world. Once again, millions of thanks to all of you for all your efforts and for all your courage. Okay, recognition of our exams is one of the main aspects. Can you guess its current level? Yes, Tatiana, let's hope for D. So many opinions. Okay, someone is correct, someone is not. So at the moment, Cambridge English exams are recognized by over 25,000 universities, employers and governments around the world. Our English language tests can open doors to higher education, improve employment opportunities, and because they are globally recognized, can increase candidates' choice for study or work. And the last two questions. So all the question papers your students get on the exam day are printed in our distribution centers, DC10 and DC20. So these are almost 19 square kilometer facilities that accommodate 9 kilometers of racking and house all of our printing, warehousing, and distribution needs. So what do you think the amount of annual printing is? A, B, C, okay, all kinds of answers, and even S, okay. Yes, it's more, well, a guessing game than a quiz. And the correct answer is 40 million. So 40 million are annually printed and shipped directly to our authorized exam centers. And the last question, how many countries do you think these exam materials are dispatched to? 120, 170, 200, 270. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for all your answers. But the correct answer is B. We are presented in more than 170 countries all around the world, the globe, and extremely vast spread, which keeps us busy all the year through. Thank you so very much to all of you. Well done. So, okay. I believe it's high time to proceed with our trip.
Thank you for this fantastic quiz. Yes, it's high time to travel.
As a bonus, sorry, Yulia, so some people asked for the prizes here. So as a bonus for your active participation, we are increasing the number of destinations for your today's trip. You are to explore Christmas traditions and enjoy meeting a secret Santa in each of them. So we are now ready to land in the first country, I believe, Julia. Can you see this country in our radar?
Yes, yes, I can see this country. Yes.
Which one, ladies and gentlemen? Any guess what country it is?
Dear participants, try to guess what country are we going to visit. Italy, UK, Spain, France.
Okay, let's now, okay. We are now, sorry. Okay, if the weather cooperates, we should get a great view through the cabin window on your screen as we descend. Let's look through this window and see. And it is magnificent Egypt. Cairo, Cambridge Assessment English Flight 2020 is requesting permission to land. Can you see us? Can you see us?
Yes, here I am.
Marhaba, George. Thank you for welcoming us today. Over to you, our first secret Santa.
So, hello everybody. I'm really glad to be here with you. I'm George Hanna, the Africa, and I'm very pleased to be with you here today to congratulate you all for your great work last year, and for your great participation with Cambridge and all the learning and development that you have provided for the students and learners and end customers. And wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and giving you some of the flavors of Christmas from Egypt. So this is how Christmas happens in Egypt. So we celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January mostly, and that's with the Coptic Orthodox Christianity part, and we have all the Christmas celebrations. So that's the picture on the right is from one of my friend's house. So we started doing gingerbread cookies and houses out of cookies. That's what COVID have led us to do. So a lot of people are trying to do more about cooking. And one of the very traditions is that we have the mass at church that finishes by 12 by the end of the day, so we can celebrate Christmas, and with the president of the country coming to attend the mass. Christmas is not Christmas without roasted turkey, stuffed roasted turkey. And that's one of the main dishes that has to be there on the table for people to really have Christmas. And the other people who don't eat turkey, which is not much, prefer to go with the leg of lamb. So these are the two main dishes that people go with in Christmas here in Egypt. Going to a very traditional food. Anybody knows a traditional food from Egypt? Feel free to put it in the chat. Anybody heard about a traditional plate in Egypt? Okay, I see hummus, I see fool, I see tamaya. That's good. Good, guys. Stuffed pigeon. Yeah. Okay, so I'm coming today for you with a different one, which is kushari. And kushari is a very famous Egyptian mix. So it has hummus in it. That's one thing. So that's the hummus on the side. And it has rice, macaroni or pasta, hummus, and then onions and lint. So that's all in a mix that is served on this plate. And also you have some garlic sauce and tomato sauce on it. So that's, yeah, with fried onions. That's exactly. So that's a plate that if you would like to try, that's a really nice plate in Egypt. That I would recommend that you would enjoy. So next time you're visiting Egypt, please ask for kushari. And going to some of the traditions that we have. Anybody knows a specific tradition in Egypt? Tradition in Egypt? Okay.
Decorate the pyramids.
Decorate the pyramid. So we have some decoration on the pyramid, but I wanted to share with you some of the exciting traditions that we have that a lot of people don't know about it. So first thing, if you are a guest at an Egyptian house or home, you need to finish your glass of juice. So that's a very important thing, because Egyptians believe if you don't finish the juice, the whole cup, their daughters are not going to get married. So you can't do that. So nobody is going to leave you without finishing your cup of juice. And the other interesting fact is be aware of the turn slipper. So yeah, give the food and drink by your right hand. That's also a very good tradition in Egypt. But the turn slipper is a very it's very hot topic in Egypt. So Egyptians can't see a turn slipper and just keep it like this. They have to put it in the right way. because they believe that bad omen will come out of it. So yeah, that's the two interesting tradition I have to say today. And I would love to thank you all for having me to take part of this and to be with you here. And have a lovely Christmas and the start of the new year.
Thank you so much, George. Very,
Yeah, Alex.
really appreciate it. A very nice start of our travel. Thank you so much. Have a nice, rest of the day. Have a nice holiday if we don't see each other afterwards. Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
ladies and gentlemen. So now just several seconds of more flight in our airplane, and and it is romantic Italy. I can even already smell pasta. So Vittorio, is that you? Vittorio?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
Here I am. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm ready. We are off to Italy. Okay, shall I start?
Sure. Let's go.
Okay. So, afternoon, everyone. Thanks to my colleagues Julia, Elena, and all the Russian team for inviting me. It's a real pleasure to attend today, though at distance. My name is Vittorio, and I am based in Naples. I have been working for Cambridge Assessment since 2010, but going back a few years more before before going to university, I used to be a student. I used to be a very young student because my mother pushed me to start studying English very early, and the lady you can see on the right is my teacher. Actually, she still is a Cambridge Preparation Center, so I'm very glad. And she was a very important person for me. I studied English with her for many years, and thanks to her I started my learning path. I fell in love with English, and she helped me in improving year after year. But besides teaching me English, she was a very important person for me. She took my hand, opened my mind, and touched my heart. So this to say that a teacher is much more than just someone's helping you in studying a subject. Teacher is someone who motivates you, supports you, and instills you the passion for the subject you're studying. So with this, I would like really to thank you for your commitment, your hard work. You are so valuable for your students, and so you should be all proud, and we are glad for all the work you do for the educational mission and for Cambridge also. Okay, so as I said, this is our mission. It's a mission that we share. Without your support, without your work, our educational mission would not be possible. So really thanks a lot for preparing for our qualifications. Okay, now it's time to travel. So we are really flying a bit, you will see in the video. And I will hand over to Julia, who can help me with the video, okay?
Yes, I'm uploading the video. Vittorio, please don't forget to mute your mic. Alex, please do the same. And there may be some delay, so please don't touch anything. I will start the recording for everybody. Okay, ready? The video actually is in Italian, but there are some subtitles. So dear friends, please read everything. Dear friends, just wait a couple of seconds and I will start the video for everybody. So there is no need to press on any button at the moment. And dear participants, when I start the video, please put some reaction in the chat that you can see and that you can hear. Maybe a plus, okay?
paia di calzini, una cravatta bruttissima, delle pantofole, le pantofole non mancano mai, una borsa d'acqua calda a forma di foca e delle bellissime mutande di pailla. Mi meraviglio che ancora nessuno mi abbia regalato una sciarpa.
E questo è per te?
Zia, grazie, non dovevi, Ah, è una sciarpa, come quella dell'anno scorso.
E no, quella era blu. Questa è rosa.
Hai ragione, zia, scusa.
E per Riccardino 300 euro.
Grazie zia! E vai, sono ricca!
Sapevamo cosa fare.
Ecco, vedete, questa è soltanto una delle cose che non sopporto del Natale. Ma potrei citarvi anche i canditi, le catene di Sant'Antonio, zio Peppino che grida Ambo dopo il primo numero estratto a tombola.
28.
Ambo!
Ma venirà così.
Anche quest'anno è Natale.
Oh no, i 200 euro sono andati nel bicchiere del nonno!
Non è possibile.
Quest'anno una cena leggera. Alici fritte, polpette di pesce, cannelloni, pasta al forno, nata di rinforzo, frittura di pesce, polpette di cannelloni.
Mamma, ma è questo l'inferno?
Alici di pesce, forno, ruffoli, pasta al forno, al pesce, alici fritte, cannelloni.
Zia, è finita. La cena è finita. È il 6 gennaio, zia.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. As you have seen, Christmas in Naples is quite colorful. And let's have a look at some of the typical dishes that we eat in Naples. There are many, 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 so it was difficult to choose some of them. The first one is very easy, I will tell you. Of course, you can recognize spaghetti with clams, which is very typical on the 24th. Actually, I didn't say that we celebrate on the 24th and 25th, as in many other countries. What about number 2? Can anyone guess what number 2 dish is? Can you put in the chat? I can give you a tip. Let's see if, okay. What kind of fish? Number 2? Can anyone, it's just one specific type of fish. Can anyone, yes, it's eel. It's eel. So that's number 2. What about number 3? Number 3 is called reinforcement salad. So you have Russian salad, we have reinforcement salad. Can anyone guess at least 3 ingredients in the number 3? Okay, one is olives. Yes. Cauliflower, yes. Tomatoes, no. Pepper, exactly. Potatoes, no. Well, more or less you got most of them. Cauliflower is the key ingredient. And that is a dish that we usually have on the 24th evening. Okay. Another very, very important tradition is the nativity. Naples is known all over the world for the craftsmen who produce nativity scenes in all sizes, and we have been selling it, providing these not just in Naples but all over the world. Can you guess which church is the one on the left, bottom left? On purpose, one of the 4 pictures is about a church. That's the, okay, let me have a look. Anyone? St. Peter, Chris, exactly, Anastasia got it, yes. Why did I put it? I put it because a few years ago, a typical nativity scene from Naples was displayed in that church. So this to say that every year there are a number of places around the world where our local craftsmen send the nativity scenes. Okay, I think that's it. Julia?
Grazie, Vittorio.
More than welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Vittorio. It was such a great experience.
My pleasure.
Seems like we attended a real Italian Christmas dinner. Thank you.
Yes. My pleasure. Bye.
Thank
Bye
you so
all.
much for entertaining.
Bye-bye,
Yeah, thank you.
Vittorio.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, just of our wings, and we are in another country. And this is a picturesque Argentina. And who is there? Who is our secret Santa in Argentina? Pablo, can you hear us? Are you here?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Hola, amigo. We can hear you. You're welcome.
Excellent. Buenos días. Good morning, everyone. Well, good morning for me, because it is 11 a.m. here in Argentina. So Julia asked me to tell you a little bit about Christmas in Argentina and Christmas around Latin America. So the first thing is that this is I'm not dreaming of a white Christmas, I'm dreaming of a hot Christmas. It's the beginning of summer here, and actually for most people January is where we take holidays, our summer holidays. So many people actually spend Christmas on the beach, or they Christmas and then they celebrate New Year and they continue into January. And this is around Latin America right now. For instance, in Buenos Aires, it's 25 degrees. I was just working with my colleague Alberto in Brazil, and it's like 32 degrees over there. So it's a little bit different. However, we still have most of the same traditions. And if you look at our Santa, it is not Santa wearing a t-shirt, it is Santa wearing the traditional Santa costume. So you can imagine that being a Santa in a shopping mall in Latin America is a lot harder, because you're wearing the costume on 30 degrees in the middle of summer in the sun. So it's not an easy job. However, because especially in Argentina, we have a lot of Italian and Spanish descent. Most of our foods come from mostly Italy and Spain. And here I have picked a selection. We have on the top right, we have panettone, which we call pan dulce, which is a traditional Italian dish. It is basically sweet, lots of nuts and dried fruits. Yeah, very, very yummy. We also eat turrón, the famous Spanish sweets that you can see on the side, usually with almonds or nuts. Fantastic. Yes, the salad, absolutely. I'm getting there. I saved that for last, Natalia, but yeah. Then, of course, next to that, you have our, on the right of the picture, you have our grilled meat. Beef is what Argentina is most famous for, and here you have a full asado where we grill the meat and we put all of the sausages. You can see here different cuts of beef, blood sausage, pork sausage, and below that you have a full grilled baby pork, a piglet, which we also do, and which is sort of a traditional Christmas food. And absolutely we have the Russian salad. Yes, ensalada rusa in Spanish. Please tell me if it is, or at least it is our version of it. If there are any ingredients missing, or any extra ingredients, let me know. For us, it includes all of the stuff you see here. So basically potato, but also carrots and beans and lots of mayonnaise, which I am pretty sure must not be the original recipe. So no sausage in our Russian salad, I'm afraid, no. And next to that is what is vitel toné, which is also an Italian recipe. It's vitello tonato, which is very thinly sliced meat with a special sauce that actually includes anchovies and capers. and you eat it cold, and it's usually you either eat it on a sandwich or on your plate, and it's really delicious. We celebrate on the night of the 24th of December. Our Christmas season officially begins on the 8th of December, where we traditionally put up all the Christmas trees, and it lasts until January 6th, which is our wise men, the Reyes Magos, which is also a tradition in Spain. It is not as big here as it is in Spain. We celebrate on the 24th in the evening, and everybody stays up until after midnight, because at midnight we toast and we celebrate, we have fireworks, and then, well, we go to sleep. No, but the parties usually start at that time. And this is not from my country, this is not from Argentina, but if you are coming to, traditional drinks, good question, Tatiana. A traditional Christmas drink is apple cider. It is, and champagne, and obviously in Argentina, wine, but apple cider is something that, funnily enough, we only drink during the holiday season. It's like the rest of the year we don't drink a lot of it, which makes cider producers not very happy. Yeah, absolutely, our drinks sound very, very French. And of course, wine. You cannot have a meal in Argentina, especially if you're having meat, without red wine, Malbec. And here I included pictures of Colombia. These are pictures of different cities in Colombia. You have a picture of Cali, and then you have some pictures from Bogota, because Colombia is famous for its Christmas lights. They put up, at the beginning of December or the end of November, they put up the light shows that you see here all over the city. So it's like every park, every square, every major avenue, every shopping mall, every big building is decorated like this in fantastic shows of Christmas lights, and it's really, really, really something. I was lucky enough to visit Colombia during December, and I said, this is the place in Latin America where they really do Christmas. Of course, each country and each part of Latin America, which is a big, big, big continent that I very warmly invite you to visit, has its own beautiful traditions, but this is definitely the most colorful one. So thank you very much for inviting me, and it will be my pleasure to spend a cold Christmas for a change in Russia and eat the real Russian salad sometime soon. So I hope we can make it. Thank you so much.
Dreams come true, Pablo. You're very, very welcome to Moscow, which is also full of lights. But, well, it's really a very, very picturesque region you're in. Thank you so much, and have a nice holidays.
You too. Feliz Navidad.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we continue the cabin window. We are approaching another country. And this is foggy Britain. So we can see the strikes of Big Ben already, and our next Secret Santa is on his way to welcome us. You are on mute, Ian. We can't hear you, sorry.
How about now, Captain?
Yes, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Great. Thank you so much, Captain, and welcome to the UK. Thank you all so much for taking the time to listen to me. And first thing I'd like to say is that my name is Ian Corley. I work in the adult and higher education team here in Cambridge, and we're responsible for such tests as LinguaSkill, the Cambridge English Placement Test, and BEC. And so the first thing I wanted to say really was a big thank you from all my colleagues in Cambridge, Sue Chori, Sophie Tattersall, Emmy Gibson, and myself and Nikki, our recognition manager. We all really value your support and the work that you've done. It's really fantastic, and I think you've done an amazing job. The second thing I'd like to say is that I have to apologise because I haven't actually got any slides to show you. You're going to have to just listen to me. But I hope you can see that I'm very proudly wearing my Yuri Gagarin t-shirt. Yuri Gagarin is a great hero of mine, and I followed his story as the first man in space very closely. And I've had the pleasure of visiting Moscow, which is where I bought this T-shirt, and also seeing the statue of Yuri Gagarin, which was a great honor for me. The second thing I'd like to say is that I do have some questions to go with my presentation today. Just 3 questions, but unlike one of the Cambridge English listening tests, you're not going to have the opportunity to listen to me twice. So you have to listen to me very carefully. And when I finish talking, I'm going to read out the 3 questions and you can answer them. Now, I've prepared my speech on screen. So I am going to read it out, but I'm going to try and make it sound as natural as possible. So if you just bear with me for a second, I'll make sure that I get my my words up on the screen. Great. So I really wanted to talk to you today about a modern British Christmas, or a British Christmas as it is today. I think many of you will have seen the traditions of a British Christmas. Any of you who've watched a Christmas movie over the years will know all the things that that go with a British Christmas. So I wanted to tell you a few different things and put a little bit of a twist on it. So I hope you enjoy what I'm going to tell you. Please sit comfortably and I'll begin. So it's safe to say that Christmas has changed radically in the United Kingdom over the past 100 years. And so instead of talking about all the well-known and not so well-practiced traditions you might be aware of here, like kissing under mistletoe and finding a sixpence in your slice of Christmas pudding, I thought it would make more sense to talk about what Christmas is like now, right up to date in the 21st century. The first thing I should mention, and without wishing to offend anyone with a different point of view, is that in the UK, Christmas isn't really about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ anymore. The Guardian newspaper undertook a survey into the religious affiliation of Britons in 2017, and only 53% of adults stated that they believed in God. Amongst younger people, the percentage was even lower, around 25%, and who knows if COVID has driven those numbers down further. However, funnily enough, the belief in Father Christmas, Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, whatever you want to call him, is as strong as ever amongst the under-17s, and children without older brothers and sisters are prone to believing in him for even longer. I'm not saying the religious message has completely gone from Christmas in the UK. Churches delivering midnight mass on Christmas Eve, which is the 24th of December here, are probably at their fullest, bursting at the seams with drunken revelers who fancy a sing-song on their way home from the pub. The local vicar always manages to hold the crowd for around 20 minutes, knowing that this is his or her best chance of finding new members for their congregation. An epiphany on Christmas Eve. What could be better than that? Then, of course, as Vittorio mentioned earlier, there is the nativity play, the scourge of generations of primary school teachers, delivered every year in junior schools up and down the country, from Aberdeen to Wolverhampton, reenacting the birth of Christ in a stable in Bethlehem, with all the reception and year one children taking part, dressed up as an assortment of sheep, shepherds and donkeys, with only a few making it to the big parts, the ones with lines to deliver, usually incorrectly. Mary, Joseph, who always has his finger up his nose, the angel Gabriel, and of course the 3 wise men, who still to this day have no idea what frankincense and myrrh is, and to be honest, neither do I. Christmas, though, really is about children, and in the UK, it centres around lying to them, continuously and repeatedly, from the moment they first become truly interested in it, which is from around mid-November, until it's all over on the night of Christmas Day, the 25th. We lie to them by telling them they will only get presents if they are good. We lie to them by pretending they haven't got any presents at all. And of course, we create the biggest lie of all, Father Christmas, or these days Santa Claus. His truth watered down by centuries of commercialism. We lie because we say he is real, even though every film has him looking different, and every Santa who visits their school or they visit in the local garden centre looks completely different. We lie because we say they should believe in him, or else he'll disappear. We lie when we tell them to write to him with their Christmas list, and we lie to them when we say he'll deliver all their presents to them. We lie when we say he'll fly through the air on a sleigh pulled by 6 magical reindeer, and we lie when we say that Santa will come down our chimney or through the front door with a magic key. Then we lie when we say it's him who has eaten the mince pie and the glass of whiskey or rum or milk that we've left for him, and that his reindeer have eaten the carrots that we've left for them. But it doesn't stop there. It's like the mood for deception has overpowered us, and we can't control ourselves. We just have to keep on lying. We lie when we tell our relatives we are happy to see them on Christmas Day. Well, we won't have that problem this year because we can't see them. And we haven't bothered to see them for the rest of the year. We tell them their presents are wonderful, when in reality, we think they are horrible. We say the Brussels sprouts are delicious when we hate them, that the pudding, which is dry and burnt, is the best thing that we've ever eaten, and that you really like nothing better than playing 5 hours of Monopoly with them instead of them going home early. And before we know it, the whole thing is over. The children have crashed out in bed, finally exhausted as the last drops of adrenaline seep from their overexcited bodies, content in their slumber, if a bit disappointed that the whole thing was over too quickly and that they really would have liked a new game for their Xbox rather than the educational toys that their mother has insisted on. But now it's time to enjoy the real pleasure of Christmas, when everyone has gone, the house is quiet, when you can lie out on the sofa, overfed, a little bit tipsy, to sleep your way through a James Bond film or a classic romantic comedy, readying yourself for another session of overeating, overdrinking, and playing on Boxing Day, which is the 26th of December. But I'll have to tell you about that in another story. So, I hope you enjoyed my little speech, and I hope that you were listening carefully, because I have 3 questions for you. So, question number 1. What did I say happens in churches on the evening of the 24th of December? I shall repeat the question. What happens in churches on the 24th of December? Okay, well, I'll tell you what, there are some funny answers here. Some of you are saying mass, and some of you are saying mess. Well, actually, the story that I gave you, it was certainly a mess. I mentioned that in the UK on Christmas Eve, normally there is a service called the Midnight Mass, where people go to church. But as I also mentioned, religion is not as popular in the UK as it used to be. And so many people spend Christmas Eve in the pub, and on their way home, when they pass a church and they hear the bells ringing and maybe they hear some people singing carols inside, they go into the church, and the churches are full of drunken people singing their way through a few Christmas carols before they go home for bed. And you're absolutely right, it's the biggest congregation of the year. So the second question I have is, what did I say children leave out for Santa and his reindeer on the night of the 24th of December? I'll repeat the question. What did I say Santa, the children leave out for Santa and his reindeer on the night of the 24th of December? Yeah, carrots for the reindeer, that's for sure. Yes, it might be a glass of milk. It could be something stronger, a glass of rum or whiskey if you've got it, and a mince pie. So Santa does very well. He gets some alcohol and a mince pie, and the reindeer get a carrot. Normally we only leave one carrot, which means that there are 6 reindeer to eat one carrot, which isn't a lot, but then again I suppose they get a carrot at every house, so I think it's probably enough. And then my final question is, what percentage of under 7s believe in Santa in the UK? What percentage of under 7s believe in Santa in the UK? Gosh. Well, this was definitely a trick question. I must have put some distractors into my reading piece. Yeah, actually, I would say that under 7s, almost all of them. So Irina, that's a really good answer. Almost all of them believe in Father Christmas. The one thing you have to watch out for, of course, is older brothers and sisters. For example, it was only a few days ago that my eldest daughter, who's 13, I caught her having a conversation with my youngest daughter, who's 5, telling her, don't be ridiculous. Of course, Santa doesn't exist. This caused a lot of problems in my household, and my younger daughter was very, very upset indeed. But don't worry, we watched some Christmas movies, and I insisted that Santa does exist. And I told my older daughter off very much, and told her that when she was 5, she believed in Santa as well. So, thank you very much for listening to me today. I hope it was fun, and thanks again for all your hard work this year.
Thank you so much, Ian. Thank you for being honest with us. We laughed our hearts out. So all our teachers now will will tell their students what's real Christmas. And thank you for entertaining. Have a nice holiday, and all the best to you and to your dearest ones. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Okay, now our journey comes to an end. Reaching the last country. Let's look through the window, and it is... Yay! It's a sunny... Now, from the foggy Britain, we are coming to a sunny Spain. And the last but not the least Secret Santa is Elaine. Elaine, are you with us? Bésame.
Can you see me?
Elaine, yes, we are here. Hola, señora. Yes, we can hear you.
Good. Okay. Well, that sounded really interesting, what Ian was talking about just then. So I have a few things to tell you about how we celebrate Christmas in Spain, because of course Spain is where I'm lucky enough to live. Some very nice traditions here in Spain. Surprise, surprise. Well, I don't know if any of you have ever spent Christmas in Spain. Quite often, obviously not this year, but quite often there are a lot of tourists, particularly who come over from the colder countries, to spend some of the winter holidays in Spain. So some of you may actually have kind of tasted a bit of Spain in Christmas. But actually, Christmas in Spain, it's like most celebrations, most fiestas in Spain, it's to do with food and drink. Okay, here nothing counts unless it's got delicious food and delicious drink with it. So hola to Elena there in the chat box indeed. So in Spain, yes, Feliz Navidad indeed. It all starts on, like in a lot of countries, it starts on the 24th of December. So the evening of the 24th, it starts the big kind of family get-togethers. So the normal thing is that you'll have your 24, 25 family all together in one room, all crowded around a huge table with so much food on it that you can't believe it. I still get shocked every year. My husband's family are from Galicia, and it is a huge thing. I've never seen so much food ever. But the types of foods we have, if we go on to the next slide, you can kind of see a bit of the pictures. I'm sure you're used to these kinds of foods anyway, but it often starts with seafood, of course. There are many places in Spain, particularly on the coast, either the south coast, where you might go for your holidays, or on the north coast. I don't know if any of you have ever been to Galicia and the northern coast, but the seafood there is absolutely amazing. So your Christmas meal there will start with seafood. Generally, lobsters, prawns, octopus, langoustines, the most amazing seafood. But then, of course, we've got lots of inland areas, and perhaps more in the north, where it actually gets really cold in winter time. And there, you may have seafood as your starter, or you may just go straight onto the meat. So meat is very, very popular. And the areas of Galicia, again, Castilla-León, which is north of Madrid, the whole big area north of Madrid, and includes Segovia, which is one of our very old cities. And they're famous for roast meats. And we're talking here very politically incorrect, but they're famous for their roast baby animal meats. So it's things like suckling pig and Segovian lamb. The one in the slide there, the top right-hand corner, is Segovian lamb, which is cooked. It's baby lamb. They're only a few weeks old, and they're cooked in a traditional brick oven for hours, and they're incredibly tender and delicious. And then, of course, there are so many desserts as well. So many traditional Christmas desserts for the end of the meal. Probably the most famous one, which is on the bottom left there, which you see all around Christmas in Spain, is turrón. It's a type of nugget. It's made from almonds, and it's particularly made in the Alicante-Gijona region. And there are factories in that part of the world which have been there for over 100 years, that they've been making turrón and then selling it all around the world at Christmas time. So the meal, being Spain, the meal doesn't start until around 10 o'clock. Spaniards like eating late. They like doing everything very late. So it will start around 10 and finish sometime in the early morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. After that, the young people or anybody with energy actually go out. So things open up. Well, on a normal year, bars and clubs and things like that open up, and they'll go there and they'll stay out until about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I certainly don't, I can tell you that. But lots of young people do. So that's the kind of traditional Christmas Eve, the family Christmas. But there is a date in Spain which is perhaps even more important than the 24th or the 25th of December. I wonder if anybody can have a guess in the chat box as to which is the date in Spain when actually children receive their presents. Okay, so they do also receive things on the 25th of January, of December, because Christmas and Santa Claus has become so common now and so international, but it's not the true date that children in Spain receive their Christmas presents. So nobody's got it right so far. It's not the 1st of January. There we go. Leader's got it. Yes, it's actually the 6th of January. And I think in Russia, you'll understand this a bit more because you have a later date as well. So the 6th of January in Spain is when the 3 kings arrived. And of course, the 3 kings brought the presents. I wonder, yes, the Reyes, that's exactly who it is. I wonder if anybody knows the name of the three kings, or the names of the three kings. They're very well known here because they're so popular. There is a big parade on the evening of the 5th of January. Every town centre, every village, they have a huge parade where people dress up as the three kings. They go down the main road. They might be, it depends where you are. They might be on camels, they might be on horses, they might just be on some kind of machine, they might even be on stilts. And they parade through the town centre and they throw sweets and toys out to the children who are waiting in the crowd, who will quite often then have a bit of a fight and a punch up to fight and to get the to get the sweets. Yeah, so thanks Alexei. Melchior, Balthazar and Gaspar. Yeah, they're the three kings. I think they have the same names all over the world. I'm not actually sure. Anyway, once you've had the big parade and everybody's got their sweets and things and had a bit of the party outside, you go home, and the traditional thing to do then is to warm up with a mug of hot chocolate and a slice of roscon de reyes. Roscon de reyes is what you can see at the bottom right of the slide there. Now, the roscon de reyes, I have to admit, it is my weakness. Okay, I can avoid most of the Christmas indulgences, but the roscon de reyes is just so delicious that I have to have it every year. And this is, as you can see, it's a bit like a sweet bread topped with candied fruit. It can sometimes be filled with whipped cream, which again is my own weakness. Absolutely delicious. And when it's baked, it has some small figurines hidden inside. And then the idea is that if you're served a piece and you have one of those figurines inside, it means something depending on what it is. So you may get one of the pieces which is like a small king or a queen or a prince, and that tells you that you're the king of the ceremony or you're the queen of the ceremony. But there's also, in every roscon, there is hidden a bean. And if you're the one who gets the bean in your slice of roscon, then I'm afraid you're the person who has to pay for the roscon that year. Okay, but believe me, it's delicious enough to be worth it, really. If we could go on to the final slide, because there is something, yeah, so again, if any of you have been in Spain for the new year, you'll know this tradition, and I think it's a tradition that is becoming a little bit wider as well. It's la tradición de las 12 uvas, the 12 grapes. So the tradition is that as the clock strikes midnight, you must eat one grape on each strike of the clock. It kind of sounds easy. If you try it, it can be quite difficult because the clock strikes a bit faster than you might think it would, and you have to chew and swallow the grapes. And like with me, I end up looking like a hamster with all these grapes in there and trying to swallow them all at the end. But you must do it because the 12 grapes signify luck, and for each grape that you eat, it means you'll have 1 month of good luck next year. So it's incredibly important. It's something that started, I think it was back in about the 50s or 60s. It's kind of not such an old tradition, but I think it all started because one year there was a big glut in the grape harvest, and it was just a marketing thing to be able to sell lots of grapes, but it became incredibly popular. And now everywhere gives away grapes at New Year, and you can see everybody walking around with their pack of 12 grapes. I don't think there's a Spaniard who faces up to New Year without their 12 grapes in front of them. You can kind of cheat and buy them ready peeled or get seedless ones to make it a bit easy for you. But of course, the key is not to laugh when you're doing it, because if you laugh, it all becomes a bit difficult to do. But it makes New Year quite fun, really. And then just a couple of other things to tell you about Spain, and you may know these. I'm not sure how well known these are, but we have a lottery, a Christmas lottery, and again, it's the most important I think it's the most important lottery in the world, the Spain Christmas lottery. So it's known as El Gordo, which means the big one or the fat one. 3 out of 4 Spaniards buy tickets for this lottery. They sell tickets from about July onwards. So where I live in Madrid, our office is very, very close to the centre of Madrid, the Puerta del Sol, which is the actual centre of Madrid. And there are the 2 lottery stalls, which are supposed to be the luckiest. It's all superstition, nothing scientific behind it, but they're supposed to be the ones where they sell more lucky tickets, more winning tickets than anywhere else. It's probably just because they sell more tickets there than anywhere else. But from July onwards, there are queues outside these lottery stores to actually buy the tickets. Okay, it's so popular. The total prize money is over 2 billion euros, and it's drawn on December the 22nd every year. They have children from one of the local schools who've been practicing all year, and as the balls with the numbers are drawn out of the big ball that moves around, they actually sing the numbers. So they'll sing something like 7,221, and they're all hours and hours and hours and hours singing the numbers as they come out, and everybody's sitting there waiting to see what's the big number, which is the one that's going to win all the money. They also have a second slightly smaller draw, which is called El Niño, the little boy, which takes place on King's Day. So they have 2 of those. Okay, well, I hope that was interesting for you to do with Spanish Christmas. If none of you have experienced Spanish Christmas firsthand, I would recommend at some point when traveling becomes open again that you come over here for Christmas.
Thank you so much.
Place to spend Christmas. Yes, no. I hope that was interesting for you, Alex, and for all our centres.
Thank you for this bit of, as they say, edutainment, and thank you for all this meal you provided us. Yes, now it's orchestra who is performing. Yes, and now our aircraft will struggle some overweight as we come back to our original destination. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. So have a nice holiday. Greetings from Russia, from all our regions, and all the best wishes to you and to your family.
Thank you very much, and it was really lovely to be here with you all, and I hope you all have a lovely Christmas and New Year as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and now we are ready to go back. As they say, east or west, home is best. It's time to, go back to Moscow, and we are ready to land there. And I'm now passing over the mic to Captain again. Elena, Cap, are you here? Okay, while Captain is, going on air, we are approaching Russia. Okay, Captain went out of the cabin to have some coffee, I believe. Okay, Yulia, let's do it together then.
Yes, sure. So let's try again. Maybe we should call like Father Frost. Captain! Maybe Elena has some technical issues. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's try to do it together. So,
Let's start with the video first, because we have a little surprise for all our preparation centers from Moscow office, from our friendly team. We are very millions of words will not be enough to express all our gratitude. So let's start with the video, Yulia.
Okay, Alex, we just need to mute our mic, and I'll start the video. Dear participants, again, please put a plus in the chat if you can see the video and if you can hear the sound.
Dear friends, greetings from Cambridge Assessment English to all our precious colleagues and partners
who are on the front line of the battle for our candidates.
Their success and health under current unprecedented circumstances.
Millions of words will not be enough to express our gratitude and praise for all your efforts.
Collaborating with you in these hard times has been a masterclass in true professionalism and creativity.
With courage, faith, and great effort, together we shall overcome all of the hurdles we may face and achieve everything we desire.
On this new year, we wish that you have a superb January,
a dazzling February,
a peaceful March,
an anxiety-free April,
a sensational May,
and joy that keeps going from June to November.
And then round off with an unbeat December.
May you have a great year.
And a wonderful time ahead. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, this was our, like they say, presidential speech before the new year. Our curante.
Right. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, Irina.
Okay, sorry, that's issues with technology as usual. Probably on behalf of all participants, our exam centers and preparation centers, shall we say very kind words and a big thank you to Alex and Julia and our colleagues from Cambridge Assessment English across the world for this wonderful, amazing, exciting, wonderful Christmas trip. Thank you. That was really great. So thank you all for joining us today. We do hope that that was a really great experience for you. And let's meet next year. We have lots of ideas and lots of interesting things to share with you. Stay with Cambridge.
Hugs and kisses from Moscow to all of you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for joining us today, and thank you for this wonderful year together. See you in 2021.